Hey YouTube, I'm trying to make a video real quick on this 2004 330xi I have. It's kind of been a little bit difficult trying to make this video because I don't really how to gather all my thoughts, right? But I have a 2004 330xi and me and a buddy welded the planetary gear on the transfer case. So the car is now rear wheel drive, and I wanted to just put this video out there to kind of maybe tell a few people about it, my experience. I plan on doing a few other videos on top of this because this video is just going to be all over the place. But essentially, transfer case came out of the car and I had a spare sitting on the side. Split that case open, welded the planetary gear. I'll try to throw a picture of that in here, and then just put it all back together and threw the spare transfer case in. Right now the car is rear wheel drive. Like, it does burnouts in the gravel. I haven't done anything on the street yet. I'd like to do some testing in the wet before I do anything on the street, well, anything in the dry, because I feel like it might just break. So I'd like to have a little bit more fun with it before I just destroy the transfer case in here and then have to throw the good one back in. But I have noticed a little bit of an issue that I didn't notice when I was on the gravel, because when the car's on gravel, everything's vibrating. But when you're driving on the street past quarter throttle, you get a pretty aggressive vibration. And that could be two things right now, and that's 75% likely it's the transfer case being welded. Another 25% is the flex disc in the car. It's got 200,000 plus old flex disc. I'm going to change that out, see if that makes any difference, and then I'll throw an update video out there. But that's pretty much it for this video, and I'll throw some clips in of just stupid stuff that I have. I'm not a YouTuber, but I know there's people out here who are dumb like me and want to do something stupid like this. And that's another thing just real quick I want to touch on is people ask, like, why would you do this? Like, why would you just not buy a 330i? And the thing is, if you have any BMW or own any e-chassis, or really it's just any BMW, you'll know the amount of maintenance that goes into these cars is pretty ridiculous. And I've had this car for 2.5 years. I've done almost all the maintenance other than like oil pan gasket and subframe reinforcement. So going out and buy another 330i and having to do all that stuff over again, it's just not feasible, when I could just take a car I already have and slap a welded transfer case in it and make a 330i. So I did it myself. But anyway, I'll throw those clips in, and maybe a few weeks I'll do an update video and we'll see how it's working, or it might just have the other transfer case back in it. But anyway, peace out. Went over to a buddy of mine's house. He welded the planetary gear. Got all that knocked out. It was kind of sketchy. This metal right here is very porous, so when he was welding it, it was literally like bleeding oil. We brake cleaned it and just cleaned the shit out of it, and it's still like oil was forming in these little holes. It was just coming out through the metal. So that's one thing. If you are going to do this, make sure you like soak this in brake clean or something, because it was kind of a pain to weld for him, not me. So I got this somewhat cleaned up. Not going to do too much because I don't know. It's at this point I'm kind of wondering if this is going to work. So, but that's what we're here for. Find out. Oh shit. Yes. It worked. Let's try it again. you know, 50 or 60 miles an hour, but I don't know. I'm gonna just drive it around a little bit, make sure got all the bugs worked out, because I do not want this to like lock up on the highway or something. So I think maybe we'll just mess around with it and see where that takes us. But yep, rear wheel drive 330xi.